I just woke up from a killer post-church nap. Kenneth is taking the kids to go lock the goats up because it's already almost 5 o'clock. Shoot. And the only thing that I had on my to-do list today was I need to reorganize the homeschool area because it's gotten a little bit out of control. So while Kenneth has the kids and they're locking up the goats, let's clean the homeschool area. Come on. If you guys are new to my channel, hey, my name is Lydia. I am a full-time stay-at-home mom, content creator, homeschool mom to 3 beautiful children. My husband is a ranch manager. We travel all over the United States, wherever the work is, in different agricultural areas. We've had some crazy experiences over the past few years, but it's been a blessing nonetheless, even when it didn't feel like a blessing. I'm so glad that you guys are here. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to share life with you. Okay, so this is our homeschool area. I am not one of those homeschool moms who has like a room or a shed that's completely dedicated to homeschool. I don't have like a classroom per se set up in my house. It's not that that wouldn't be fun, I guess. Like sometimes I feel like if I had a shed, I could make this really cute kind of schoolhouse type thing. But the reality of it is, especially now that we're in this house, if you guys are new to my channel, we just recently moved again. My husband's a ranch manager, which means we go where the work is. And over the past 4 years, we've been a lot of places, and we've had a lot of experiences. So we just moved to a new ranch, and the house here, it's probably one of my favorite houses, which is super surprising, but it's very small. So having a room dedicated, like that's just not even feasible. So this is the homeschool area, and it works just fine. As far as the cleaning goes today, it's really not super out of control. It just, the other day while we were sitting here for school, I like looked over and I was like, that's not great. And so I'm going to organize a little bit. We're about to go on Christmas break. I didn't set up a Christmas break for us. And we homeschool technically year round. And so I didn't know what I was going to do for the holidays because, full disclosure, a lot of this I'm just like winging it, which is fine when it comes to homeschool as long as you're using both wings. But I just wasn't entirely sure what we were going to do through the holidays. And I just thought, well, we'll just kind of figure it out as we go. And I just felt like last week I was telling my mom about this. I was texting her, and I just think we're all kind of burnt out. Like what's today? Today's December 15th. Today's December 15th. And last Thursday, I think, was the day that I just like, they were struggling. I was struggling. It felt like a fight to get things done. I didn't want to do it. And so we took Friday off, and I just kind of told my mom, I was like, I think it's time for Christmas break for us. So I think next week we're going to do Monday and Wednesday. Tuesday is our library day. And then we'll take a break until the new year. And then we'll start fresh. Like stuff like this. Like, what is this doing back here? These just fell down in the cracks. Because this is just a cheapy bookcase from Walmart, and it actually our house slants because it's not level, but this is so wobbly that it actually looks like it's standing up right because the way the house is, but so it works out great. But this was one of those things when we were moving, when the guys put it in the horse trailer to move, the friend that was helping us, he's like, I don't know if this is stable enough to like I'm afraid it's gonna break. And my husband's like, well, if it makes it, that's great. If it doesn't, it's not a huge loss. So it made it. But anyway, let's organize. This is an activity that I wanted to do with the kids that I still haven't done. I don't use a curriculum for my preschooler, so he just has like just a bunch of random resources that I've kind of cobbled together for him. like handwriting stuff. I actually don't like these very much. I could probably just get rid of them. They're like, I think they came off of TikTok Shop, and like they say that they're for preschool, and they're really not. They're more for kindergarten. So I think that's why I haven't thrown it away yet, because I could probably transition him into them, but they're not super great. But we just have like a lot of, like I got these from Ollie's. They're just preschool and kindergarten books. And I mostly just work on him with things like numbers, letter identification, writing his name, tying his shoes, things like that. We're doing a lot of practical things with him right now. And then I'm tempted to move him. I'm tempted to move him to kindergarten, but I think that's just being too ambitious. Like a lot of times as a homeschool mom, a lot of times as a homeschool mom, I kind of have to check myself, and I have to be like, okay, how much of this are they actually ready for, or how much of this is just they're on paper, they're done with something, and that means we just move to the next thing, or how much of this is actually what they're ready for, or how much of this is just like I'm feeling ambitious and it would make me feel great to move them on to the next grade level, even though they're technically younger than that grade level. And so I have to kind of weigh those things out, because like I have one child who's very academically advanced. I have one child who is super, super, super smart, but does not like school. Therefore, school is not easy. So it's like, one child, I can put school in front of them and they're going to fly through it no matter what it is. And they're just going to soak up that information like a sponge. And it takes them a long time to get burnt out. And then I have another child that like the stuff that's in front of them, they know it's easy to them, but the fact they have to sit down and put the effort into it is what makes them mad. And that turns it into a fight. So I really have to weigh like whether or not it's time to move on or not for them individually. So the point that I was getting at was, with the 4-year-old who's doing preschool, is he smart enough to do kindergarten? Absolutely. Could he do a kindergarten curriculum? Absolutely. Does he need to be doing a kindergarten curriculum at 4 years old? Probably not. I'm just gonna have to chill out. And I just have to do that. I just have to tell myself to chill out. And that's how we go through it. Okay. A lot of my homeschool resources are just from Amazon. I would say everything, 98% of everything other than my curriculums, for my second grader and my kindergartner, is from Amazon. So in the link of this episode, I will put the link to my Amazon list, because I have a whole list of everything that I use for homeschool on there. And I mean, it's a ton of stuff. Like, for example, this is, these are letters, and they're little wooden block puzzles, and it helps them. I've used it for teaching letter sounds and letter identification. It also comes with the numbers up to 10. So like things like this are on Amazon. They're very affordable. This is another thing that I got on Amazon, where it's, you know, mixing up your letters, and there's letterbox, and they learn how to make words based on sounds, this type of thing. It has cards that come with it so that they're learning how to put words together. And so I use those for all different levels. I actually haven't used this recently, and I probably should use it because it would really benefit my kindergartner. I completely forgot that I had that. And then just things like these little reader books, you can get those on Amazon. So a lot of my resources come just from Amazon. So the link for my Amazon list is in the description of this episode. And then that way you can get whatever you need for the various grade levels. And there's a lot of just like basic stuff in there as well, like whiteboards and things like that. There's a really cool globe on there. Ours broke, but it's a really cool globe that like tells them, they use a pen and they touch the globe, and it tells them where in the world, and the national anthem, and the population, and all kinds of stuff. And that's really cool. And those are really fun things to have in your homeschool classroom. Okay, this one's up here. See, this really wasn't as messy as I thought it was. It was just a little disheveled. But now I'm already feeling better about this. Okay. This is the curriculum that I use. It's the AOP Christian Learning curriculum. This is the second grade curriculum. So second grade is 5 subjects. Kindergarten is just ELA and math. So 2 books, and these are different. There's different units for this. So like there's 10 units of Bible. I can't remember how many units for ELA, but they have 5 workbooks. So there's history and geography, math, science, ELA's tucked in here, ELA, science, and Bible, all 5 subjects. I love AOP Christian Learning. I also have a 10% discount code for AOP Christian Learning, and they have free samples. So I know that sounds like a plug. I'm sorry, but I have 10% off. I absolutely love that curriculum. I actually think that I might be going, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I might be going to the Texas Homeschool conventions and maybe spending some time at their booth. I think that would be really fun. Because I'm just really passionate about this curriculum, and I think it's probably the most affordable and the most comprehensive curriculum that I have found. And it's so easy to move through. It's so easily organized. It's great for the kids. It teaches them learning independence. It's just, I love it. It's easy to use as the parent as well. So I'm very, very passionate about that curriculum. Okay, let's go up. This is just a giant coloring thing. Okay. Technically, these are counting bears, but we started using them. My friend, who is a teacher, gave me this idea. So my kids loved the idea of having a student of the week. Like, they love the idea of having a student of the week, but like, kind of hard to do when you're homeschooling with 3 kids, because like, I don't know, it just feels weird to pick my own child as a student of the week. I mean, granted, some weeks it's very obvious who the student of the week is, other weeks that's not. So what we started doing is, at the end of a day, they, if they have a good day, meaning they put in effort and they had a good attitude and they did, what was asked of them, they get to choose their color of bear. They each have a color, and they get to put the bear in the jar. And then at the end of the week, I randomly choose a bear out of the jar, and whoever wins student of the week gets to choose what we have for dinner or lunch. Like, they could choose to go to town or whatever they want. And that's how we do student of the week. And it's actually been a great motivator. I have to catch myself not using it as a I have to catch myself not like threatening student of the week, like, oh, if you don't do your work, you're not going to get a bear, or you're on thin ice, you're not going to get a bear. Like, I have to catch myself and make sure that I'm not using it in that way, because I don't want it to have like a negative correlation. It's very hard to do, but it's been going very, very well, and it was a great idea that my best friend gave me. I want this to go in here. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Typically, I would sit down on a Sunday and I would use my lesson planner and I would make a plan for the week, but I'm going to be completely honest. We skipped on Friday, which means we have Friday work to do tomorrow, Monday, and Wednesday, we'll just wing it. We're just going to wing it on Wednesday. Wednesday, winging it. We're winging it on Wednesday. That's the plan. Okay, let's move up here. Maybe we'll do this on Wednesday. It was a Bible study thing that I wanted to do with them that I didn't get to. So maybe we'll just do it on Wednesday. This is tape. Okay. Let's move over to cart. I just have extra stuff on here. These are the kind of things that I have on the Amazon storefront. This helps them with tying their shoes. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but like children's shoes rarely come with ties on them anymore unless they're like Converse. And so a lot of kids don't learn to tie their shoe because if it's not being taught in preschool, which some preschools are teaching it, shout out to the preschool that my daughter went to before we started homeschooling. They taught her how to tie her shoes. But a lot of preschools are not teaching kids how to tie their shoes. And a lot of kids' shoes don't have ties on them. They're Velcro or they're slip-on. And so I ordered these, and my sons have been working on tying their shoes. So this is just kind of the like little stuff that I have on that Amazon list of just stuff that I have found that helps me with homeschooling, and I just add it to that list, and I try to keep those resources up to date. I am feeling better about this already. Feels a little bit more put together. Like I said, it wasn't super messy by any means, but I'm feeling a lot better about this situation now. Okay. All right, you guys, that is all done. Thank you so much for watching another episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I would love to share real life with you. You can find me on all the other platforms as well. My handle's the same, Lydia_KYL. I'd love to see you there because I share real life in different ways on every single platform. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, whatever day it is that you're watching this. Today, for me, it is Sunday, and I am so glad that my former self had enough foresight to put dinner in the crock pot, so I don't even have to cook dinner. I need to go outside and do the chores because the kids are still putting the goats away with their dad. So after I get done with that, we're gonna sit down for family dinner and we're gonna have crock pot ham and beans. Bye, you guys.